The year was 1914, and Europe was a powder keg, ready to explode. The continent was divided into powerful alliances, the Triple Entente, consisting of France, Russia, and Britain, and the Triple Alliance led by Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Italy. For years, tensions had simmered. Nationalism burned brightly in the hearts of many. Empires sought to expand their influence, while militaries grew stronger, fueled by an arms race. All it needed was a spark. That spark came on June 28, 1914, in the city of Sarajevo. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, and his wife Sophie were assassinated by a Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia, and with Germany's support, issued an ultimatum. Serbia's refusal to comply fully set off a chain reaction. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Russia, Serbia's ally, mobilized its troops. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia and its ally, France. Soon, Britain joined to defend Belgium's neutrality. Within weeks, the world was at war. The war that followed was unlike anything the world had ever seen. Trench warfare became the grim reality on the Western Front. Soldiers lived in mud-filled trenches, surrounded by barbed wire, plagued by disease, and constantly under fire. Battles like Verdun and the Somme became symbols of unimaginable carnage. Millions of men charged across no man's land, only to be cut down by machine guns. New weapons, such as poison gas, tanks, and airplanes, added to the destruction. On the Eastern Front, vast battles were fought across the plains, while the Ottoman Empire waged war in the Middle East. The war spread to Africa and Asia, making it truly global. This global nature meant that economies and societies far from the battlefields were drawn into the fray. Colonies provided soldiers and resources for their European rulers, and the war effort demanded vast industrial output. Women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers, taking on roles traditionally held by men as factories churned out weapons and supplies. The social fabric of many nations began to shift under the strain of total war. By 1917, the war had taken a toll on all sides. The United States, initially neutral, entered the war after repeated German submarine attacks on its ships and the discovery of the Zimmermann telegram, in which Germany sought an alliance with Mexico. American troops brought fresh energy to the weary Allied forces. Meanwhile, Russia faced a revolution at home, leading to its withdrawal from the war after signing the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk with Germany. The withdrawal of Russia freed German forces to concentrate on the Western Front, but it was too late. Exhaustion and dwindling resources plagued the Central Powers. Germany launched a final desperate offensive in the spring of 1918, known as the Spring Offensive, but it was met with fierce resistance. The Allies, bolstered by fresh American troops and coordinated efforts, pushed back decisively. The Hundred Days Offensive, starting in August 1918, marked the final phase of the war as the Allies steadily advanced. By November 1918, the Central Powers were in disarray. Austria-Hungary was collapsing, with various ethnic groups declaring independence. The Ottoman Empire was crumbling under military defeats and internal unrest. Germany faced mutinies within its navy, strikes, and revolutionary uprisings. On November 11, 1918, an armistice was signed, and the guns fell silent. The war was over, but the devastation was staggering. Over 16 million people, both soldiers and civilians, had lost their lives. Entire cities and towns lay in ruins, and countless survivors bore the physical and emotional scars of the conflict. The Spanish flu pandemic, which swept the globe in the war's aftermath, further compounded the suffering, claiming millions more lives. In 1919, the Treaty of Versailles was signed, officially ending the war. It placed heavy blame on Germany, imposing harsh reparations and territorial losses. The treaty aimed to ensure peace, but instead planted seeds of resentment and economic hardship. The League of Nations was established to prevent future conflicts, but its effectiveness was limited, as major powers like the United States chose not to join. The map of Europe was redrawn. New nations such as Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia emerged from the remnants of empires, while others, like Poland, regained independence. Yet these changes brought new tensions and conflicts. Economies were shattered, and the global balance of power shifted. The war also left a profound cultural impact, inspiring literature, art, and philosophy that grappled with the horrors and disillusionment of the time. World War I was called the war to end all wars, but it was not. It serves as a somber reminder of humanity's capacity for destruction and the enduring need for peace. Let us remember the lessons of the past as we shape the future.